are back. Welcome to KOGTV, Keepers of the Gate. You just finished seeing two hot videos from two of the hottest independent artists out there. Their link is in the description. You can watch their video whenever you want. But now, it's a part of the show where we like to have our weekly interview with our artist of the week. And this week we got somebody who is doing a thing not only with the music, but also with business. You know, you got to be known for more than one thing. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, yo. So we are going to introduce to you all Doe the Paperboy.
Hi, man.
What's up?
Everything good, baby. How you been?
I'm good.
Oh, man.
So Doe.
Yeah.
Doe. D-O-E, right?
D-O-E.
All right. Does that stand for anything?
Drive over everything.
Drive over everything.
Drive over everything.
All right. And so with the bike,
okay,
that's what you driving?
Yeah. So basically, Doe the Paperboy, as you say, Doe. Drive over everything. A paperboy always comes to your house with a message. It came with the articles of the day, right? So the bike, paperboy rides a bike. So that's the vehicle, the mode it takes to get there. You have to pedal to put yourself in position to be great.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, that's dope. So, now, you have been doing music for how long?
Man, gosh. I mean, if you really want to, on the books, you probably want to say since 99. Off the books, you want to say since I was about 12, 13 years old. So you know what I'm saying? So you talking about, that was back in 93, 92. You know what I'm saying? Heavy Wu-Tang era type, Onyx era, like, you know what I mean? Back in the day, yeah. I've been on it for a minute.
All right, so and you feel as though like coming up in that era that has a lot of influence over you, or you feel like you more so move with the time, with more of what's current? Like, what sound do you feel like you are giving to the people?
So, with me, it's kind of funny because like it's like I'm like a hybrid. I'll be honest with you. Like 1 minute it's kind of, you can see the Southern influence. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be Outkast or anybody like that, or T.I., any of those. Then you can hear the West Coast influence. You know what I'm saying? From Snoop, such as those. You hear the New York influence. It just depends on where I'm at. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like to me, the way that the track plays out, the instrumentation dictates to where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? So that era of hip hop, I mean, you know, you had a lot to choose from, bro. Like, you know, you had a lot of artists and like they were making a lot of noise, and everybody was responsible with their message, regardless of how crazy it was. It was still a smart movement. It was a group of loyal individuals. So like, you know, I respect being raised in that era. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would say it's a collection of a bunch of stuff.
No, you can cuss.
So, okay, well, you know, a bunch of shit. No. Well, yeah, it was just a collection of a bunch of things. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think I have a slight advantage being born in that era.
Alright, so, as far as what you're trying to accomplish, you know what I'm saying? Like, we already say that you're multifaceted, you're not just a musician. But in the overall scheme of things, you know, what are you trying to get accomplished? What is your end goal?
So, the end goal is just to be, first, create legacy. Like, you understand what I'm saying? I want to leave something behind that the next generation of my last name, you know what I'm saying, can pick up and continue to move forward with and continue to build on it. Understand that, you know, I cracked the ground and I planted a seed, and I want them to continue to grow. Like, we making a Bing stop, Jack and the Bing stop. We're gonna get the giant to come down, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go up there, see what we can get, and you know, that's just, you know, looking at it from a, not as heavy, more on the light end. But yeah, that's what I want, man. I want to create something I can leave behind. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's never for me. It ain't for me. Right. If it was for me, I would have stopped a long time ago. I think I've done good enough. But I got people watching. My kids are watching.
Right.
So it's legacy.
All right. So when you write music, when you do a song, who is your music for? Like, is it for the dude who's going through something in his life? Is it for the person who's trying to turn up? Like, who do you feel like your music is going to speak to the most when they hear it?
People who like to self-reflect. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times when I'm talking to my music, realistically, I'm talking to myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about, I remember being, I got empathy for others. So I'm always able to put myself in other people's shoes. Like, no matter what, if I had a friend that was going through something that week and I listened and I was like, I remember when I was at a place and I was feeling like that, and I can channel that thought or that phrase or that word and then create a song behind it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm good at putting myself in other people's shoes. Like, I've learned the hard way in things in life, but I've also learned from other people, what they've been through. Like, you know what I'm saying? And how to have empathy for others and how to create based on that empathy.
And to me, that's a sign of a good writer. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say that their music is better than other people's music because I've been through this. You know, other people, they just rapping about what they see. I rap about what I do. But being able to rap about what you see is, to me, just as good as being able to rap about what you do,
Absolutely.
if not better, because
Absolutely.
you're gonna see more things than you actually do.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So if you can put that into words and turn it into a good song that might help somebody in a similar situation, like empathy goes a long way. So
Absolutely.
I do feel you on that. That's a great thing. So is there anybody that you had your eye on working with, or anybody that you worked with before that you want to work with again? Whether it be an independent artist. Matter of fact, tell me an independent artist that you feel like you might want to work with, and then tell me the one signed artist that you would want to work with.
So that's one of those questions that's always hard. It's like getting put on the spot, right? So realistically, I really like creating music so much. I want to work with anybody that has a vision for what they want to do. So I don't want to limit myself. From an independent standpoint, if you got something going for yourself and you really trying to create, you really trying to grind, I want to work with you. Like, I don't care how crazy your music, anything. I want to be able to create something different and create something great with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I believe I can do that with almost anybody. Just gotta get a right time and circumstances. Now, from a major perspective, I like Cole, I like Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I mean, anybody that has something to say. I like Crit. Anybody that got something to say, and they're actually trying to influence change or inspire people to change a little bit, I want to work with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna limit myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't nobody I favor over the other. It's just that if you bring it to the table and your business is in order and you grind, and like you said, you're supposed to grind, man, let's do something great.
Right, and with that being said, how you don't limit yourself, a lot of people might not know, but this is the perfect time for y'all to find out that my boy Doe actually did a song with a rock group.
Yeah.
And the song's called Monday,
Called
right?
Monday,
Called Monday. Did numbers here in VA. He was selling out shows with a song, with one song, collaboration with a rock band, selling out crowds. Like, you being able to do something different like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people wasn't thinking about doing stuff like that, or collabing with people outside of what they do to create something new. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you for doing that, keeping your ears open and your vision open to do some creative that's outside the box, and actually be successful with it.
Absolutely.
A lot of people, I mean, don't be afraid to not be successful. You know what I'm saying? Because it could have flopped, but it didn't flop, and you ain't never gonna know unless you try. So keep your musical ear open.
Take risks.
Keep your musical ear open. Take those risks. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Now, we are here in your store.
Yeah.
This is you, right?
Yeah.
Tell the people where we at.
So we in Dapper Paz, man. Shout out to my guy Paz. Basically, man, I have a minority stake in this store. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's great, man. It's great to be a store owner. It's great to be a business owner. We afford opportunities to other people. Some things I will name, some things I won't. You actually can come in and it's almost like a pawn shop. You might have a pair of sneakers that's sitting around in your closet that's collecting dust, and you actually can bring it to us and we can give you some, money in exchange for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we clean them up and then we resell them. You know what I'm saying? So it actually puts money back in the community, not just takes from the community. You know what I'm saying? So we actually able to help people on that end. And yeah, man, like that's what we do. Buy, sell, and trade sneakers. We clean sneakers. I clean sneakers. I'm not limited to. I don't rest on any of my talents. I don't just bury talents and gifts. I can clean sneakers really well. I'm a great salesman. I'm a great MC. I'm a great father. I'm a great friend. And I market everything. Like everything. If you need me to be a good friend, I'm a good friend. My kids need me to be a great father, I'm gonna be a great father. Somebody need their shoes clean, I could be coming from $1 million business meeting, and if I walk in this place and somebody need a pair of shoes clean, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna clean their shoes. That's just the type of things that keep me humble. You know?
Humble plus grind. You can't go wrong with humble plus grind, right?
Always gonna work.
Now, Dapper Paz, this is the actual location, store.
Yep, physical.
All right, physical. But you have your own clothing line as well, right?
Absolutely.
All right, and tell us a little bit about your clothing line. So the store is a store. You have some stake in the store.
Absolutely.
You guys sell, shoes, different type of designers. A lot of type of designers.
A lot of times. Yeah.
But as far as you and your clothing line, let the people know a little bit about that.
So, also, so you can get Drive Over Everything apparel in Dapper Paz as well. Also on the website, www.driveovereverything.com. So basically, Doe, which is the name, stands for Drive Over Everything. You get your DOE logo, which means your drive is your voice to the world. You also get a bike logo. The Doe brand is more like merch that you would find at a show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I was to make a bunch of shirts for my show, it'd be Doe. The bike is more like the actual clothing brand, like what I would brand and one day maybe make suits and ties with the bikes on it and nice dress shirts and hats, for example, and, you know, sneakers. You'll get all of that. You won't never have a Doe sneaker. You'll have a Bike by Doe sneaker. Like, so bike is more like the non-music facet of it, although art and hip-hop kind of all go together, clothing, hip-hop. Doe would be more just focused on marketing the music. Bike by Doe is actually a separation to create an actual clothing line. See, it's different. See, merch, then clothing line. Like a lot of people don't even understand it. So Doe is merch, Bike by Doe is a clothing line. It's like, it's gonna be tracksuits, it's gonna be all kinds of stuff. Although I do intermingle them sometimes for special things, but that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can get it in here. The sneaker, everything, whatever you need.
All right, so Doe, somebody cop some Doe, a Doe hoodie, a Doe shirt, then that's more so supporting the music artists.
Yeah, the
Doe
music
the
artists,
paper.
absolutely.
All right, somebody go to the website and buy some Bike by Doe, and that's more so supporting the clothing line company.
The business. Like, you get what I'm saying? All of it comes back to one, but it's two different hats. You got my artist hat, which is Doe, and then you got Bike, which is my business hat. Like, you get what I'm saying? Everything's business, if you get what I'm saying, but you know, it's just different, if you get where I'm coming from. The Doe was birthed off of what I could bring to the music game. Bike was birthed off of, wow, this actually works like this.
Right.
So now let me pull it out and like offer it to the public, that you can get it somewhere not at a show. You can get it all the times of the year. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right. Now, you done gave us a lot of good information, you know, and we all appreciate that. So I'm gonna ask you one more question,
Absolutely.
and then I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce the video to the world, okay? The question I want to ask you, because, you know, we've known each other for years.
Absolutely.
You know, they might not know this, but we've known each other for years.
Absolutely.
I've actually witnessed the grind from you know, rapping on the block to selling out shows to having videos. I've seen you elevate a little more every year. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to know is, if you can give an up-and-coming artist one piece of advice, what would that advice be?
Don't be afraid of the struggle. Like, a lot of times when we coming up, man, we have these great ideas, we have these brilliant ideas, but they don't come without struggle. So, for instance, I wake up tomorrow and say, man, you know what, I want to design cars. Well, it's a lot of steps you got to take to design cars. Like, so first I need to educate myself. So anything that you want to do, make sure you educate yourself first, fully. While you're receiving your education, it's gonna be distractions that come along the way. Some of them gonna be your family, some of them gonna be your friends, some of them gonna be you. You gotta fight these distractions off at all costs. And they're gonna, in the long run, these gonna be the same people that are gonna give you affirmations when you don't need them, but they're still gonna be there to give them to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? To pat you on the back and say, I always knew you had it in it, because they're meant to push you through. So whatever idea you got, like I always try to tell people, I don't believe there's no such thing as a bad idea, especially if you're not trying to hurt anybody. You're just trying to better yourself, or you're just trying to create something. People are afraid to let, to try. Like, don't be afraid to try. Like, whatever it is, that'd be my best piece of advice. Like, yo, don't forsake the struggle, yo, and don't be afraid to try. Like, the struggle is so important. I promise you, it's worth every moment. It's worth every moment. And people can hear it passionately when you speak, and it helps them believe you, because it's a difference between knowledge and applied knowledge. It's two different things. Like, I know that I know how to rap, but because I did a song for Mike Tyson, for example, and I toot my own horn, I've applied it, and I know that it actually works. Like, the world wants to hear it. That's just an example. So whatever it is that you're after, man, don't be afraid of the struggle, and get out here and go.
All right.
Real talk.
I definitely want to thank you for coming back.
Man, thank you for having me, bro. Like, I was honored, you know what I'm saying, when you hit me up. I appreciate you, man. Like, you know what I'm saying, you're one of the artists, whether I say anything or not, I respect, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate
another
that.
thing I respect is you're not afraid to ask the hard questions. Like, even on your Facebook a lot of times, I be wanting to comment, but I was like, yo, he got enough people at his neck behind what he said. So whatever, and you ain't afraid of it. You're not afraid of the hard side of things. Like, you challenge people, bro. Like, just like what you said about T.I. and Jeezy. I see everything, bro. Like, when you was like, yo, the streets is saying Jeezy, but you know, the rappers are saying, you know what I'm saying, just T.I. Like, I can respect that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're just being honest. Like, that's your opinion, and it's valuable. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I share that with you. always keep on doing that. Stir up the pot a little bit sometimes.
I stir it up pot just a little bit. I stir it up a little too much sometimes, but hey,
it'll be alright.
You know, they be alright. So with all those hats that you wearing, we need you to put that MC, that rapper hat back on. Alright, that rapper bike rap. Well, wait, no. You gotta have a dough hat if you're gonna do that.
We do.
We're gonna do that next time.
We gotta do that.
Put that rapper hat on and let the world know this video that you got to show them.
So yo, right now we're gonna get into that more play. You understand what I'm saying? It comes off that Second Harvest album, shot by War God. Yo, just a great collection of lyrical words put into play. Like, let it play with your mind, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe, like, all that cool stuff. It's your boy, Do the Paperboy. Enjoy.